Hi everyone, it's Shawna Suckow, and I am providing this video to give you an overview of the types of jobs available in the meetings and events industry. So, first of all, one of the things you need to decide is which side you're going to be on. There are planners and there are suppliers. So, planners, will cover that in a bit, but suppliers are any of the companies or people that work for hotels or transportation companies or convention and visitors bureaus that market their city or their destination, or production companies, special event venues, that sort of thing. Any of those places that supply to groups who are looking to plan meetings. So one of the great jobs, if you're just looking to get into the industry, a good place to start is to work in a hotel, either in the catering department or in the convention services department. Convention services manager is a great job for people looking to get their feet wet, because either that or in the catering department, you're going to get exposure to a ton of different clients and a ton of different meetings. Convention services manager, for those of you not familiar with that term, once as a planner I sign a contract with a hotel salesperson. For example, the salesperson doesn't handle the meeting; they're on to sell the hotel to somebody else. So what happens is they hand over all of the details of my event to the convention services manager, who's assigned to my case, if you will. And the CSM then is responsible for making sure everything around that meeting happens as I have laid it out for the hotel. So they work with all the various departments in the hotel to produce the meeting for me, the planner, and my group. So we work really closely together. So it's a great job. However, a lot of nights, weekends, and early mornings, because as a planner, I like to be the first one there in the morning before anybody else, and the CSM often will beat me there. So they're there really early. And same thing at night. I like to be the last one there with my group or representing my group. Often the CSM is there later than I am. And they have to work a lot of weekends too. If my group starts on a Monday, they've got to be there on a Sunday with me, helping get everything ready to go. So those are a couple jobs on the supplier side. There are also jobs with production companies. If you like technology, look into production companies or an in-house AV department within a hotel. But production companies get to do and see a ton of cool stuff. They get to travel a lot, unless they're just strictly local or in-house. They travel with a corporation to a meeting destination and handle all of the staging and the backdrops and the lighting and the microphones and the order of speakers, and that sounds like a really cool job to me. I've worked with production people, obviously hired them, but I've never gotten to walk in their shoes. So then on the planner side, there's a lot of different kinds of planners, but the one thing you have to decide first and foremost is, do you want to plan meetings or do you want to plan events? And this isn't a hard and fast decision that you're going to have to stick to for the rest of your life. A lot of us do cross over, but you have to choose kind of primarily where your skill set lies. Because first of all, it's going to be the easiest way to get a job, and second of all, it's going to be the best way to make you happy in the job that you choose, is to align it with your skill set. So for me, I chose meetings because I am not good at what I call pretty. I'm not good at pretty. I'm not good at decor and flowers and centerpieces and staging and making a room gasp worthy when people first walk in the door. Special events people are so talented at that, and so that's their world. I live in the meetings world, which is all about learning, not achieving a wow factor, and not a celebration necessarily, but an educational conference is where I live. So mine are usually like multi-day type events, anywhere from 30 people on up to thousands of people. I spend a lot of time in Vegas. I hate Vegas because to me it's work. But in my career that's spanned over 20 years, I've gotten to travel all over the world with different corporate clients. I was in-house, meaning I was hired by a corporation at the beginning of my career, but then I was independent. I left that company. I started my own company that was just me. That made me an independent planner, where I could take on multiple clients, which has its own challenges, but you get to work in bunny slippers. But then your paycheck is not dependable at all, so be careful there. And from there, I now manage an association, and Association meetings are, if you belong to a professional or a trade association, those associations usually have an annual conference, and they maybe have some regional ones or some chapter events, and they may do online learning. There's a membership base, and it's a lot year round. Whereas corporate planners that work in-house, the advantages of that are they really get to know their company, and they know exactly what their company likes and dislikes, and they travel with the company when the company decides to hold a meeting in Vegas or New York or Florida or India or wherever. So I just loved being a corporate planner. I loved being an independent planner. So back to special events. If you are good at pretty, and you're good at juggling a million details, and you're good at being in the spotlight, because when you plan special events, there is very little room for error. Especially like if you're planning a wedding, or if you're planning a gala, where things are supposed to happen on the clock and exactly, down to the minute, and everything is so important, because maybe this event is only 3 hours long. That's special events, and it can be very stressful, but if you're good at it, you will love it. And if that's up your alley, then pursue special events. Special events, again, is more about, it's millions of details, a lot of evenings and weekends, because that's when special events tend to take place, and a ton of sensory things, like special events the successful ones are really good at evoking all five senses. So if that's your thing, and then you should pursue special events. But if you're into more travel, not saying there isn't travel with special events, but certainly with meetings, depending on the company you end up with, a lot more opportunity for travel. So I'm coming at you from Arizona right now, because I just finished up a conference. There's Arizona. I'm from Minnesota, and in a couple days I'll go to Canada, and a couple months ago I was in India. So a lot of really cool opportunities. I've been really blessed in my life to be a meeting planner, and I can't imagine doing anything else. But stay tuned. I am going to do another video about how to get the job that you want. So once you've had a chance to figure out where do my skills lie, what do I want to do, what will make me happy, then I'm going to give you some tips in my next video about how to pursue your job. And it is a very tight job market, because everybody thinks they can be a planner, and everybody wants to be a planner because it does sound fun, and the misnomer is everybody thinks all we do is plan parties. I can plan a mean party, but I suck at the decor, but I'll make sure it's fun. But for me, it's all about meetings. Whatever is right for you, you need to decide, and then I'll help you with some tips in my next video. Thanks.